good with y'all? It's your boy Maceo Hill. Today I got y'all riding with me through the city, kind of just showing y'all my upbringing and, you know, where it all started from.
You ain't picking up the phone, let me guess you asleep. I understand fully, I know how it be. I'm thinking about you just as much as you thinking about me. If it wasn't for your love, I don't know where I'll be.
Alright, so right now we pulling up to the first house where it all started at. I used to cut in the backyard of this house, in the back shed. I think I started when I was about 13. And yeah, man, that's where it all started at.
I come from a place where if you die, your brother's shoulder. Sitting in the church, I heard his name say hallelujah. Really thank God that sent me here to pray for all their funerals. Sending out them go get touched, had the coolest. Trapping all this life, working overtime.
So that shed plays a very big part in my life, man. The shed is where it all started. I was 13 years old when I first started cutting hair. Once I saw that shed, it was all ran down, insect and roach infested. So one day I just said, fuck it. Went inside of there. I tore apart all the mold, you know what I mean, all the moldy floors. I put all new hardwood floors in there. Keep in mind, I'm 14, 15 years old at the time. Just YouTube and everything. Wouldn't put insulation in there, using all my little spare chains that I had, you know what I mean? Went to go get sheetrock, figured out I had to put a little AC unit in there. So it wasn't much, but you know, it was something to get started from. And then one day my whole life just changed, you know what I mean? I woke up one morning, I saw the sheriffs in the house. You know, they was putting all of our stuff outside on the front porch. So the first thing I went and grabbed was my clippers. Because at the end of the day, I know as long as I had those, I could make some money, you know. And I knew I had the momentum going, and I didn't want to just give up now. You know, I had to keep going.
Grinding. Too far in this shit for me to start whining. Yeah, too far in this shit for me to not be honest.
All right, so this is the first place I stayed in when we moved to Lubbock, man. I remember it was 7 of us staying in a 1-bedroom apartment, you know, fighting over who can use the bathroom, who gonna get the couch. Times was hard, but as a kid, you really don't look at it like that. Kind of just deal with the circumstances that you in. And when you look back at it later on, you're really just grateful because it make you to who you are to be right now, you know what I mean? So I just turned 25 not too long ago. I've been cutting hair since I was 13. You know, I opened up my first shop whenever I was 19. And this shop that I just opened up about a couple years ago. So I would say a little bit over 10 years it took me to get to this point. But with that being said, you know, the harder you go, the quicker you get to where you want to be. But at the same time, there's nothing fast lasts, you know, and everything slow goes for sure. So, you know, you just gotta just stick to the script and see it through. All right, man, we just pulled up to my guy Antoine Overstreet crib. He was the first barber to give me a chance, give me a barber shop to cut at. You know what I mean? Showed me the game a little bit. So we just gonna just pull up and just let him know how appreciative we is of him, man.
Put my right hand to God, shine on these bras, stay on my job, grind with my squad.
He was young, but by being young, he was determined. You know, he was rolling at the time. And I said he was just focused. He was always bringing me ideas. Man, we should do this. We try to do this. Try to do this. He was bringing me a lot of different ideas. I was like, shit. Once he get going, he gonna be right. So when he took off with his first shop, I see, yeah, Maceo on something. He on something. And what he's doing right now, I saw it happen before it happened, you know, because he was determined. He was young, he was smart, ambitious, you know.
Crazy thing about it, I really didn't want to be a barber. It really just started with me not being able to afford no haircut and me not having no ride to the barber shop. So I remember one Christmas, all I got, my grandma, she got me a little cheap pair of clippers, which I'm more than grateful for. Shit, man, after you go 8, 9, 10 weeks without a haircut, you're gonna look at them clippers and just say, fuck it and pick it up, you know what I mean, and see what you can make shake with them. So that's exactly what I did. So I started cutting my own hair, and after a while people would ask, who cuts your hair? And I told them I do it myself. So, you know, a light bulb just went off in my head, and you know, I just started cutting up everybody at school, you know, and then it kind of just grew up to a love after that.
They judge me, but they don't know that I've been broken. I'm just hustling. I get this now, don't lose your man. I kill them, trust me.
Yeah, we just throwing a couple things on the grill, man. Kicking it with the fellas. You know what I mean? Getting ready for the Spurs and Knicks games, man. We need the Spurs to get on that ass, though.
I really used to cut his hair, man. Like back then, what, about 11, 12, we say?
Yeah.
About around that time. And to see him grow from me cutting his hair to a barber, that means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I made an impact on him or not, but he definitely took it to another level than I did. He was hungry and he was just there, and that's the main part about being a barber, consistency. And he actually taught me that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we cheers into success. We cheers into more life. We cheers into love. We cheer into family. And we cheer into unity, man. Cheers. Cheers.
And Mace was the one who actually was honestly one of the ones who said, hey man, like, I really like your work. Come cut at the shop for a day. And I told my girl, and I was like, man, that's a blessing right there, because he was the one who opened that door for me to come here in Lubbock, to a shop in Lubbock, and you know. And as soon as I met him, I cut there for the first 2 days, and he was like, hey man, well, here's your key. And I was like, for what? Like, you know, he was like, no, you're gonna work here, you know? So I was just like, man, that's awesome. And just the way he just played it so cool, it made me feel comfortable enough for me to, you know, to work in his shop was awesome.
Honestly, man, it was a blessing to be able to go down memory lane today and just be able to relive some of those moments, because it's just a daily reminder that just shows me like everything that I am doing is correct. You know, sometimes in life can get a little bit hard and I can get a little bit overstimulated and get to overthinking about some things, but today just was a reminder that, you know, as long as you keep a good heart, have pure intentions, you know what I mean, put the work in the grind and consistency behind what you're trying to do, you know, the rewards will come, whether it's now or whether it's later. So with that being said, you know, just stay down, trust the process, and just keep going no matter what.
They judge me, but they don't know that I've been broken, I'm just hustling. And I get this now, don't lose your mind, I kill them, trust me. And these niggas fooling bitches change, so I'm not trusting.